Hey, all right, welcome back to Raff's Brain, a show about things that are interesting to me. I am your host, Rob Raffety. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the tens of loyal listeners of the Raff's Brain podcast, who I affectionately refer to as the Brainiacs. I am so grateful that you're here sharing your time with me today. So I have a very exciting episode. It's a bit of a departure from the norm. This is not a Riffin with Raff. This is not a walk and talk. It's not a drive and jive. It's certainly not a hot yoga problems. This might be a new stream of content on the show. I don't know what to call it, but we're going to have fun today. It's a follow-up segment to a previous episode. I'll drop the link in the show notes. It was a recent visit that I made to the Greenville, South Carolina, and Asheville, North Carolina quadrant or region of America. Great visit down there with some friends and the Warren Wilson College and such. I ranted all about it on my car ride back. But this is a very, very narrowly focused conversation today. It's on the topic of what's in the box. What's in the box? So here's the story. For those of you who missed my epic return from that visit, drive and jive episode, there was a portion where I mentioned that I spent about a 24-hour period with an old friend, hadn't seen probably in over 25 years, Jon Herron. He lives in a quaint Mayberry-like town called Travelers Rest. Travelers Rest. I believe it's 2 words. It's really beautiful. Maybe 3 or 4 blocks of restaurants, bars, really cool shops. It's outside the Greenville area, sort of near Furman University, if you have any sense of geography. By the way, I don't. These are all new places to me, and I'm not sure where I was on the map. So I can't really tell you where I was, but just look it up. Travelers Rest. Anyway, when I was there spending time with John, we were catching up. Johan Sebastian Herring III and I had a lot to discuss. And in the evening, he was very gracious before I left. We looked through some of his old comic books. We looked at some of, his drawings, other things he's been working on. He's writing a lot now. I'm going to have to really twist his arm to share with me some of the things he's writing, because he's a very creative, talented dude. Little insight. John was never afraid to design his own artwork on clothing, which was a thing back in the 80s. He was infamous or famous, depending on your perspective, for a particular jean jacket that he owned, and he was able to decorate with a painting of I believe it was the Look What the Cat Dragged In album cover of the classic 80s hair metal band Poison, Poison. You may recall them. They are very famous. Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Look What the Cat Dragged In. I think it's one of the songs on their album. Am I right about that? I'm not sure. But the bottom line is, he loved Poison, as we all did back in the day, to varying degrees. I was more of a GNR fan, but I respected Bret Michaels, C.C. DeVille and company. I've seen him perform a few times in my adulthood, and I really appreciate that. Anyway, the bottom line is, John had a jean jacket, and he painted on the back of it a very nice depiction of that album cover. But just by virtue of the hand-drawn nature, the P sometimes looked like an R, so we used to give him a lot of grief in school. We'd go, "Hey, Roisin." Is that a new band? Roisin. Oh man, those are the days. Okay. Enough with that. The bottom line is, John's a good friend. I hadn't seen him in a while. We had a great time reconnecting, and he kindly gifted me this box of which it's not what it purports to be. On the outside, it seems to be California Magnum 200 Premier paintballs. Yes, we were paintballers back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the day, the Splatmaster and the Splatmaster Rapide. Yes, semi-automatic. There are many stories we can tell you about at some point, but that's for the future. Right now, I'm just very curious to see what's inside the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? We're going to find out together. I know generally what it is, the kind of type of content. It's a bunch of baseball cards. He's a big hockey guy. He has some basketball hockey cards. But he's like, I don't really know my baseball cards, Raffety. This is yours. I want you to take this box. It's yours. Just get it out of my house. I'm surprised because you never know what this could contain. I mean, we were growing up in the same era with that. It was like the late 80s, early 90s. Upper Deck was hitting the scene. Ken Griffey Jr., if there's any of those in there, that could be interesting. I'm not sure what we're going to hit here. I'm not even sure how many cards are in here or what type of cards are in here. We're going to find out together. We're going to start by opening them with a knife, just so you know that this is a full reveal. Oh, there we go. Hopefully I didn't slice through something valuable. Here we go. Oh boy, there's a lot in there. There's actually, folks, it looks like there's unopened packs of cards. John, there's no way you're gifting this to me. We're going to have to reconnect. But right out of the bat, we have a player who I don't recall at all. Ron Oster for the dreaded Cincinnati Reds. This is the year 1991. That's the year did they win the World Series in 90 or 91? They swept the A's, Chris Sabo, the Nasty Boys. They beat the Pirates in the NLCS, and I will forever just be disappointed about that. But I don't know who this guy is. He was on those teams, presumably. Good for him. We have a lot of cards to go through here, folks. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Oh, by the way, Johan Sebastian Herring Bach, you should know there's more than just baseball cards in here, my friend, because the next cards up are hockey cards. We got a little star rookie. Who is this cat? Dan Ratushny. Now, he was a star rookie, but maybe he had a sophomore slump. I don't really remember that guy. Allegedly, he played for, looks like Vancouver Canucks. We got Sweden 93 World Juniors, Oleg Belov. It sounds somewhat familiar. I'm not sure if he ever made it to the pros in the National Hockey League. I don't know. Oh, we got a little Mike Modano action. Dallas Stars. They're faring well in the playoffs. They just beat Winnipeg. Hey, look, lose a peg. I'm sorry for your curse. You're an excellent team. I do want to root for you. Of all the Canadian teams, that's the one I would most want to win a Stanley Cup someday. Maybe next year will be your year, but for now it's going to be a Stars. I'm calling a Stars Canes final. If you had to ask, if you had to pontificate, that's who I put my money on. Johan, dude, what's going on, bro? This can't be right. These aren't even baseball cards. You have, look at this. You have shared here a laundry list of stickers. I'm going to say something really crazy right now because I'm just telling you very, very candidly, very straight up. This is Italia 90 soccer stickers. A stack of Italia 90 soccer stickers. Funny side note, I was in Germany the summer of the 1990 World Cup. Now, I believe the World Cup was being played in, where was it being played? It wasn't being played in Germany, but I watched games there. And it was a Germany-Argentina or Germany-Brazil final, maybe. Germany won the World Cup, and I was there, and it was amazing. It was epic. And while I was there, I did collect a lot of these stickers. So, Johan, I'm wondering if somehow some of this is actually mine and you're returning it to me. Maybe we're playing a joke on me or something. I don't know. I don't think we were accessing or collecting Italia 90 stickers in Buchanan, West Virginia. I don't think those were accessible. I want to say I bought a bunch of these when I was in Germany. My gosh, you got them all in here, bro. I'm going to have to go through these. They're organized by team. If you got some Maradona in there, holy smokes. We probably have some Boris Becker. No, Boris Becker, was he the tennis player from Germany? Who were some of the big players? I don't remember, to be quite honest with you. In 1990, I don't even think USA had fielded a team in the World Cup. It was 94. It was 94. It's a little windy out here, folks, so be careful. It was 94 when America hosted the World Cup, and Alexi Lalas, and who was that goalie? Miola, I think. He was pretty solid. Bottom line is, Johan Sebastian Herring, I got more stickers. I'm going to have to go through these separately. I don't think these were ever anything that you owned personally. I'm just gonna go out there on a limb. Man, I'm scared about losing these stickers. It's so windy out today. Oh man. Folks, this is exciting because I have old, I think I have the old sticker book back home in West Virginia. If I could put together these stickers with the sticker book, and if I have a complete set, that might be worth like 50 cents on eBay. Okay, now we're getting into some interesting, we're back in the sports that I'm much more familiar with. Ooh, this is a good one, folks. The Poison Avery, Steve Avery, rookie card, Atlanta Braves. He was one of those young guns, dude. They were intense. Now, I'm shocked that the Braves didn't win more World Series in the 90s. They certainly had a powerhouse team. They did win, I think, once. But Steve Avery was a dominant lefty. Man, that guy, he was just perplexing. The Pirates could never, ever get any hits off him. This is a rookie card, maybe? I don't know what constitutes a rookie card. It does look familiar to me. We're gonna look that up later. I'm a Steve Avery appreciator. I never liked him because he was the enemy, but I certainly recognize the talent. We got little Jay Buhner here. Jay Buhner, this is with Seattle. Dude, this guy's ancient. By 1990, he already played 4 years. I think he was playing well into the 20 teens, if I recall. So that's kind of cool. Andre Thomas, wow. That's a good one. I thought he played for the Cubs for a while. I could be wrong about that. I might be thinking of someone else. It's quite possible. A couple more loose cards in here. Marvin Freeman. Talk about the closer of the century. That guy was solid. Right? I don't remember. Rafael Palmeiro. This is not a rookie card. It's like 5 years in, so it's not probably worth much. Ooh, we got a Roger Clemens MVP back when he pitched for the Braves, the Boston Braves. The Boston Red Sox son. But here he's probably about 10 years into his career, so who knows? These are probably worth much. Ooh, we got a little Jose Canseco with the A's, the Bash brothers. They were unstoppable until they were stoppable. And I can't believe the Reds swept them that 1 year. Again, this is about 5 years into his career, so probably not much in terms of monetary value, but it brings back some good memories. What else we got here? 1991 Jumbo Pack. Upper Deck 91 Jumbo Pack. It has been opened, so it looks like there might be even a mix of cards. It's not just going to be Upper Decks. That's my sense of things. So let's pull these out here. Do a little reveal. Bam! Who is this? Andre Thomas, another version. So we got two Andre Thomases right off the bat. Got a little Jack Armstrong, Bruce Ruffin, one of these shiny Minnesota Twins cards. Those are cool, those little shiny cards. Ooh, we got a whole bunch of the shiners. Hang on, I'll show you those. That brings back some memories, folks. It's not going to be a complete set. We got the Twins. We got the Doyers. We got the Mets. Muck the Fets, that's what we used to say. Sorry, but true. We got the Pirates. This is the last time the Pirates were of any consequence. I mean, they had a brief stint there, like around 2012, 2014, but they only, advanced to the first round of the playoffs. Back in the day, they were the dominant team. They should have won the World Series. They were robbed in Game 7 against Atlanta. Let's not even talk about that. That's breaking my heart. Baltimore Orioles, Yankees, reflector cards here. We got the Cleveland Indians back when they were the Indians. Before now they're the Guardians. And we got the Sox, the Black Sox up there in Chicago. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, and back to this little stack. We had little Marquise Grissom. That guy was pretty solid. Ooh, Expos. Remember when Montreal had a baseball team? That was wild. Where did they go? They went to the Nationals. They became the Nationals, I think. Wayne Edwards, Billy Ripken. That's not bad for the O's fans. Scott Sanderson, Ken Caminetti. Wow, is that a rookie? No, this guy was 4 years into his career by the time this card came out. He's pretty solid. He had a good run. There's a little Ozzie Canseco. That was always fun. Jose's younger brother. Jeff Ballard, Mark Langston, Craig Wilson. I'm just flipping through them here. Brad Armstrong, Terry Kennedy. Sorry, it's not Tyler Kennedy. That's a Penguins player. Lou Whitaker, Dave LuPont, Tim Belcher. That dude lasted. That guy had some stamina. I don't know how long he played, but I just feel like his name was out there forever. Mike Lacrosse, Kirby Puckett. This guy could hit like nobody's business. Kirby. Not bad. Mike Greenwell, Juan Samuel, Kurt Stillwell, blah, 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 a couple others. Nothing super sticks out to me. I'll take a double check on this after we finish the episode. Now we got a couple more packs to run through. Again, this is a jumbo pack, it looks like. Collector's Choice, 1991 Upper Deck. That was a great year, 91. The Penguins, baby. That was the year the Penguins made history, won their first cup. All right, what do we got here? Another Kirby Puckett. Clearly that's not a very rare card. These are a lot of commons, primarily, you know. Rich Rudd, I don't know. You see anything in there you like? What I would be looking for here is probably like a Ken Griffey. Is it 90? It was a 90 Ken Griffey. I don't even think the 91 Ken Griffey's that unusual. So I'm not really looking for Eric Yelding. He was pretty solid. This is probably a rookie. No, it's his second sophomore year, so that's no good. Mike Sims, Wade Boggs. He's all right. Just kind of flipping through any gems in here, any Babe Ruths, anything that's going to excite me. Charlie Hayes, he was solid for the Phillies. Chuck Malone, Lenny Dykstra, love this cat. Talk about a grinder. I mean, I hated him because he was not a Pirate. That's the thing, dude. I like teams. I don't like players. I like teams. I respect players, but I'm a fan of the Pirates, number one, above all. That's how sad my life is for the past 20 years. It's been a rough ride, and it's not looking like it's ever going to get better. We have some talent. Ooh, there's a Barry Larkin. He was solid. Again, that World Series Cincy team was unstoppable. But it doesn't look like there's... Ooh, Hojo, Howard Johnson. I just liked the fact that the guy was named after a hotel franchise. And he became a professional baseball player. Good for him. All right. So those are those two packs. Nothing of note, really, as far as I could tell. However, we have more cards here. We got some 1991 Upper Deck football. That's an interesting year. That's like the Cowboys era, right? Maybe I think 88 would have been a Troy Aikman rookie. So who was good? Who's a good rookie card from 1991 Upper Deck football? Oh my gosh, Warren Moon, Houston Oilers. They were solid, dude. Russell, Maryland, star rookie. Andre Rison, wow, I remember him and Deion Sanders. They played down at Atlanta. They were pretty solid. Drew Hill, Tony Castillas, Tim Green. I don't know who this guy is. Seth Joyner, that sounds familiar to me. Dino Hackett, Greg McIntyre, Fred Strickland, John Williams. I don't know any of these guys, I'm sorry. John Williams was the team MVP for Seattle. That would matter if I followed the West Coast football, which why would I? It's like 3-hour time difference. I always thought it'd be neat to live on the West Coast because you wake up and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning and you're watching the first round of football games, right? Because it's 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Western. And then the 4 p.m., you're watching the 1 o'clock games. And so you still have your life and your day left. Unlike on the East Coast, which it becomes an all-day investment. Especially if you're a Steelers fan, it never turns out well. So then you look back at your life and you go, what happened? How did I spend my precious time? What was I thinking? 2 more packs to go here. These are baseball 1991 Collector's Choice Upper Deck. So it's just some more baseball cards. Let's just stick through them real quick. Ooh, Dennis Eckersley. I love that cat. Sidearm. I mean, I appreciated him. I never liked him. I didn't really like the A's. I thought they were cocky. Oh, there's nothing in here. John, come on. You probably picked over these and got the best stuff out. I understand. That's what I would have done. Oh, here's a cat. Here's my guy, Billy Landrum. This guy was tough. He was nasty. A right-handed pitcher out of the bullpen for a really good couple of years. He and Neil Heaton, lefty-righty combo. They did some good work. I love Bill Landrum because he didn't take any, from anybody. There was this one, I don't know why this suddenly strikes me as a memory. I don't believe it's a false memory. I believe it's correct and real. But I think Bill Landrum had a bad outing one day, and someone yelled at him. This is a home game in Pittsburgh. And of course, as he's walking off the mound, getting replaced, someone in the crowd's yelling at him, some drunk yinzer. And I thought I saw Bill Landrum give him a gesture, which I can't replicate on this platform. I don't want to get, I don't want to be too provocative here, but it was like an offensive gesture. And he's like, "You want to meet me out in the parking lot?" Meet me out in the parking lot, dude. He was challenging a yinzer to a duel out there outside Three Rivers. That would have been something. Here's another great memory from that era. Jose Chico Leaned. No better a defensive second baseman, maybe in Pirates history. I'm kind of pulling that out of my butt. I don't know if that's true. I know he won a couple Gold Gloves. The guy could not bat for anything. That was his weakness. We all have strengths and weaknesses, but he definitely wasn't like the five-tool phenom. But his defense was extraordinary. He could jump. He could standing jump and dunk 2 basketballs or something. He was amazing. I really appreciated that. Chico Leaned. Chico! He's also seemed like a friendly guy. He was good in interviews, and I wonder what Chico's up to nowadays. Anybody know? Chico, hope you're doing well out there, pal. One more stack of cards. It's like sometimes they bring back old timers to represent, retire a number or do some honor, like bobblehead night or something. Maybe they should do that for Chico Leaned. I noticed that they just announced they're going to do a bobblehead for Mac Miller, a Pittsburgh native hip-hop/rap artist who sadly passed away a few years ago. They're having a bobblehead night for him, kind of an homage. If they're going to start doing non-players, they might as well go back to the old days, the glory 90s, of which there was about 4 years where we were really solid. I think a Chico Leaned bobblehead night would get people lining up around the block. Maybe you could also, if you want to expand beyond baseball, you might consider the Rusted Root bobblehead series. I'm a big fan, and I still am. If they could play it after, dude, here's an idea for the money-grubbing owners. Rusted Root bobblehead with a live show afterwards and Zambelli fireworks night, all wrapped into one. I'd pay a nickel for that. I'd actually pay more than that. I actually love the idea of going back to a PNC Park. It would have to be probably on a weekend, maybe a Saturday or a Friday night. Fireworks, Rusted Root crushing. Everyone gets to rush on the field. That could be amazing. The Bashing years. Yes, the Bash brothers. Little Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco. Was there anybody else on that team that was known for crushing? I don't think so. Those are the two main ones. Oh, then we also have these kind of artistic cards. So someone did go through these and kind of sort them. So we got a little Chris Sabo painting or drawing. That looks cool. This looks like a Barry Larkin. Is that who that is? No, that's St. Louis Cardinals. It's Pedro Guerrero. You got a little Dink Parker here from the Milwaukee. You got a little Carlton Fisk. White Sox painting action. You got a little... Matt Williams with the Giants. They were pretty solid back then. Got some top prospects here. Brooke Fordyce, Reggie Sanders. Reggie had a good career. He put together a nice little run. Kurt Miller, way to go, Bucko. He didn't really pan out in the long run, but hey, it's all right, man. He made it to the show. How many other people can say that about themselves? Not many. Kevin Belcher, Dan Pelletier, Jeff Conine, Berard Gilkey, Charles Nagy, Chuck Nagy. I feel like he had a good pitching career, if I remember correctly. Mike Gardner, Dave Parker, a couple more. Ricky Henderson. That guy could run the bases like nobody's business. And that's it. That's all the cards, my friends. That's all the cards. What I didn't get to is those stickers. I'm going to have to go through those stickers separately because... First of all, they're divided by country and team, and I'm not to really remember, who are these players? Who were the big names back then in 1990? who would I look to as a dominant? Whoa, the Soviet Union had a team? USSR had a team in the 1990 World Cup? I had no idea. That's wild. Wonder where those cats are now. Ooh, they had the whole team shots here too. This is good stuff. I can't wait to go through these stickers. And I'll maybe post some photos of those on Instagram or something, at Rob Raffety. That's where you can find me on all the social channels. You can follow me to your heart's content. But in any event, that wraps up the mystery box reveal episode of Raff's Brain. I'm so grateful that you joined me, and I'm so appreciative for Johan Sebastian Herring III and his gracious gift of these cards, which I'm going to sort through and return to him the most valuable ones. There's no way I'm taking anything that's not that's worth a lot of money. That would be inappropriate. Our friendship cannot stand for that injustice. So stay tuned, Johan. I'm going to be mailing you some of the more valuable cards in here. Although I don't think there are many. Sorry, there's no like hidden gems. We didn't find that, Ken Griffey Jr. gold nugget. Thanks, folks, for joining me. We'll see you next time on Raff's Brain. Until then, stay safe.